Hi. I just sample plattered two knockoff Pokemon anime things. First one was called Yu-Gi-Oh! And it followed the journey of some teenagers as they played a children's card game. It's something, although I just jumped to like the important five-parter. Because, as I said in my previous video on this subject, I said it's funnier with something along the lines of it is funnier when they are evil because there's a disconnect between what the main character between their mode between what the show is telling you and reality and the character's actions and reality and I go in, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be boring and terrible. 5 episodes where this guy plays cards with a weird mix of Sephiroth and Stroheim, dressed like a rich man from the 1700s, in which they waste 10 minutes before beginning to play cards. While they play cards, it just goes off the rails. It's like I can read your mind, boy. And it sounded like James from the Pokemon anime. Like the same actor. It was weird. And then it was like mind reading, mind switching, and then it's like, and then someone a black void, and all of a sudden he could barely lift a card. And then meanwhile, while that's going on, some even more deranged, some even more like ridiculous stuff is happening, in which his friends go to save his brother and his grandpa, who had their soul stolen by this evil card man, and replacing the cards, in which one of them turns evil and then uses cards to take out the guards, and then tries and fails to possess the body of the guy's soulless, of the main character's friend's soulless little brother. And then they threw away the artifact that was possessing him. It magically comes back. And then the evil card man is the evil CEO card man is mentally exhausted, and then they're like, we're gonna duel again. I'm like, oh my god, no. I don't want to see you two play a stupid card game for 7 more episodes. Go burn. And then instead of playing cards, he does this. What he's doing is like this. They represent your future. Yes, represent your future. It's like mildly picking up random shit to say that. Because it didn't make about as much sense as what they were showing me. And then they start like shooting mind lasers at each other, and then he gets knocked out, his eye gets pulled out, then he's probably dead. I don't care to see what happens. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. I shut it off. I'm like, fine, what's the rest of it? I want to see him meet his grandpa. But no, I get exposition from the villain, and exposition from some old Egypt man about how the card game is actually an ancient Egyptian death ritual or some crap. Then I just jump to the final episode, and it's like he's fighting his other self in a card game. And then the card dude shoots him, knocks him out, and then he passes on to the afterlife or something. I'm like, what on earth did I watch? Then after that, I go back to see another knockoff called Digimon, where I go to jump to another plot important fight, thinking oh, time to watch them fight the Digimon Emperor in knockoff Pokemon battle. But no, instead, it's like an actual adventure show almost. The keyword is almost. But there was like these constant evolution sequences, that wouldn't stop happening, that just recycled the main theme song, and it was annoying to sit through. and it's like, and then the kids start fighting each other, where like the bad guy whips a younger child. And I'm like, what is this show? And the child knocks him out, then leaves. Here I am sitting here like, what the heck? Why are the people fighting? Also, you're very smart. Don't make the monsters fight. Just fight the guy. I think I sat through a few beats fighting against the evil card man as well, and it was like, I skipped through that. I was like, oh no, you defaced the dragon card. I'm like, shut up. Who cares? This is stupid. And basically, they escape, they regroup, they go to his base. It's like, and then his thing turns on him, or and he gets knocked into the desert, has a mental crisis, learning that he's not in The Sims 4, but actually what he's messing with is a real world. And I'm like, that's enough of that. He's trying to find the final battle, expecting some like dumbass tournament arc or dumbass powerful guy fight, but no. What I get is a bunch of children, teens and children, basically going after a pedophile. Basically. Who basically has two other knockoff Pokemon pretending to be humans driving around a van that he's in the back of, with the bad guy from the last thing I watched tied up in the van. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? What is this? In which they're chasing his van. And then, like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna put these spores in you. And use this, like, store clerk scanner to take spore from you and put it in the other children. To then make them smart, and then make them assholes, and then make them grow. And then I'm like, okay, but why? This is stupid. What, you want to make them abandon their parents and come back to you? And I'm just thinking I'm watching a weird Pokemon knockoff where they hunt down a pedophile like it's some like that CSI show or CIA show or whatever. Crossed with the Pokemon knockoff, and like, I'm like, what am I watching? End this. And then like two of the Pokemon knockoff dudes crash. It's like, are you a cosplayer? It's like, no, stay away. He's evil. And then the bad guy, an evil Pokemon thing, grabbed someone. They're being held back, and the other person decides to fight him. And then the guy, and the evil Pokemon knockoff man, and the guy he's holding, both get disintegrated. Just like, out of nowhere. I'm like, who approved this? I almost felt like I was watching a parody of these knockoff shows at this point. Like I was watching an actual parody of them. Made by crazy people. And that was in part 1 of 7. And then after that, they hunt him down, encounter him, he sends more people at them. And then runs away. The children come back, the children start growing flowers, and it's like, he then absorbs the flowers, and then like the pollen is shielding him. Then like, one of the guys who tried to kill him tries to kill him again, and then he gets killed when he gets touched by the guy's magical pink shield. So after that happens, eventually he escapes, goes back. Goes back to a location. The children and him start chanting, while walking in a circle like some kind of cult, which then teleports them to the wrong dimension, in which a face starts talking, in which a mouse talks in his voice. And then, like, he vomits a clone of himself that then claims to be controlling him, but no, it sounded like it was him the whole time. That wouldn't make any sense if it was controlling him. And then, like, the clone transforms into some previous villain I don't know or care about. Which then it's revealed that they could, like, anything they wish comes true, so I'm pretty sure he just subconsciously wished to put the responsibility of what he did on someone else. when his goal wasn't achieved. Long story short, they fight him, and they go to the actual place they want to go, fight him more, and won't shut up about the darkness and eternal night, and blah blah blah. He's pretty sure he's defeated. I've not watched that far. There's 12 minutes left, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. Either way, that's one of the most unhinged things I've ever watched in my life. Like, these weird knockoff shows, it feels like instead of like... It feels like they mainly want to, like, just throw every deranged idea the writers have in their head on the table to try to make their show stand out. It's like, 1, why are we mixing it with To Catch a Predator? 2, why does he keep escaping? 3, why did he merge himself with the JavaScript? That makes no sense. And that somehow made other clones of him that were like different beings. It was confusing. It just felt like drunk people made those shows. It's like they feel like, just, I don't even know, it just felt strange. Like there was something wrong with the writer's room. Like, why are those shows so weird? And I have 2 more to go through. One of which is about children playing with tops, and all I remember is that the top possesses someone at some point, and they thought the devil was a top. Because the devil was a top, and it was stupid. The other one, from what I've heard, it rips off all the other shows. I'm not watching those 2. It just feels like they're just trying to out-crazy each other. It's just weird. It just feels like they're entertaining in like a so bad they're good way almost. Because of how ridiculous they get. But like at the same time, they'll play everything off as seriously. To where I'm like, am I meant to take this seriously? You're just achieving both now. Also, the acting in the second one was terrible. It sounds like the actors had no direction. And were like bored. Putting on a dumb voice. I don't know. Just me trying to like vent about these weird shows, just saying, I don't know, just watch them. Watch them if you want. It makes him suffering, confusion, joy, and pain. Basically. Also, I never want to watch Yugi's transformation or the Digimon transformation filler animations ever again. Yeah, they all have these filler animations that are like, it's better than filler dialogue, but it's not good. I don't even know. Are they trying to sell me something? But then the second one, and most of the shows, they show them transforming without the long animation. So it's like, why are you playing the animation? It happens in a split second. Don't waste half a minute. My time with a transformation sequence. No. Either way, just get a 6 out of 10 just because of their weirdness.